All right, hey guys, it's the Nerdy Math Girl here to teach you how to FOIL, okay? So you have to remember exactly how to do this. Here's the first problem. FOIL stands for first times first, outside times outside, inside times inside, and last times last. This is what you have to do in order to be able to multiply these numbers. You can't just multiply these two and multiply these two. That is messing up. You're going to take the first number times the first number. That's the F in FOIL. So 3x times the 2x. Okay, so 3x times 2. You do numbers times numbers. Remember, now if you're multiplying, you add these exponents. So you get x squared. Then you have to do, right here, the outside times the outside. So the outside, this is outside and this is outside. You see that? You multiply the outside. So 3x times -1 will give you the -3x. And then you're doing the inside times the inside. 4 times 2x should give you 8x. And then you're going to do the last times the last. 4 times -1. And that's going to give you -4. Now, not always, but almost always, this part in red is going to combine. All right, so the 6x squared, there's no other x squareds to add it to, so you get 6x squared. If you have a -3x and a positive 8x, right, you have -3 of these plus 8 of these, you get a total of 5 of these. And then that has no friends, it's just like that. Okay, generally speaking, the outside and inside are gonna add together. Think about what this is doing. Isn't this taking the 3x, just think about it, it's taking the 3x and it's multiplying it by this, and then it's multiplying it by this. It's like distributing the 3x. Do you see how if you had that, you get 6x squared minus 3x, that's this part. And then it's taking that 4 and it's distributing it. 4 times 2x gives me this, and 4 times -1 is that. Okay, it's just a distribution, but we call it FOIL in math. All right, so here, you do first times first. X times x is x squared. Outside times outside, right? 4 times -4 times x is -4x. Inside times inside is positive 4x. Last times last, 4 times -4 gives you -16. So this part is generally going to combine. Not always, but generally. Okay, so you get x squared minus 4x plus 4x. They're gone, right? You're not going to say 0x. They're gone. They cancel out. Minus 16. That's what you get. X squared minus 16. The plus 4x and the minus 4x cancel out. Do you know what? These two right here are called conjugates. Conjugates are exactly the same thing, but one's a plus and one's a minus. And if they're conjugates, the joy is that the middle term will always cancel out if these are conjugates. All right, so right here, we're going to FOIL. First times first. X times 3x gives you 3x to, remember you add those exponents, 3x squared. We FOIL outside, right here. Outside times outside, 7 times x. And then inside times inside. -1 times 3x. Last times last, -1 times 7 is -7. Again, these are going to combine. So I have 3x squared, 7x minus 3x. Leaves you 4x minus 7. There's nothing else you can do to that. All right, moving on. All right, when it has something like this, you gotta remember, okay, the common error that people are gonna do is they're just gonna say x squared plus 2 squared gives you x squared plus 4. Totally wrong, totally wrong. Okay, you gotta remember that this means x plus 2 times x plus 2, and so you have to FOIL. So you do the first times the first, x squared. Then we're gonna do the outside times the outside, gives me 2x. And the inside times the inside gives me another 2x. The last times last, 2 times 2 is 4. And generally speaking, those are going to combine. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. I got to tell you, tons of people are going to just do x squared plus 4. Do you see how they'll lose that middle term? Okay, you have to write it out twice. So here, you're going to write it out twice. 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. Don't you just do it this way. You'll mess it up. First times first gives me 4. X to 1 gives me 4x squared. The outside times the outside is negative 6x. The inside times the inside is also negative 6x. And then the last times last. Okay, you got to get it that you have to FOIL every time. First times first, outside times outside, inside times inside, and last times last. So this gives me 4x squared minus 12x right there, plus 9. Okay, so you should be able to do this. 10x minus 3 times 10x minus 3. I'm just going to go do it fast. First times first is 100 x squared. Outside times outside, negative 30x. Inside times inside, also negative 30x. Last times last is 9. So you get 100x squared minus 60x plus 9. All right, looking here. Okay, so these three are very similar. I do want to talk about this one. Okay, so these two you should be able to do. This one, your middle term is going to end up dropping out because these are conjugates, right? This one, do you see how these are conjugates? One's plus and one's minus. Your middle term is going to end up dropping out. Okay, you'll see as you do FOIL. But I want to talk about this one. It's not any harder when you have x's and y's. You just have to think through it. So you're going to go first times first. X times 2x is 2x squared. When you do the outside times the outside, okay, x times negative 3y gives me negative 3xy. When I do the inside times the inside, that gives me a 2xy. And then the last times last, y times negative 3y is negative 3y squared. Those combine, remember, because they're xy's. It's negative 3 of these plus 2 of these. That's going to give me negative 1, which we don't have to write the 1, of these. I have 2x squared minus xy minus 3y squared. I don't think there's any more. No more. All right, that's it. See what you can do. Nerdy Math Girl. Talk to you later.